Spirit Podcast. How are you? Thanks for joining. Hi, Mel B. How are you? Thanks for joining. Y'all make sure y'all give me a thumbs up and like the live. Happy Thursday to you as well. Hi, Lorraine Daniels. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Hey, Linda. How are you? Good evening. Good evening. Hope all is well. Thanks so much for joining. Hi, Linda's Journey. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you stopping in tonight. There's 10 people watching right now, and only 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people came out of the woods, out of the bushes to say hello. Who are you on here? Say hello. Come out of the bushes and say hello. Let me know who you are. Make sure you give me a like, thumbs up the live. I appreciate that. Who's all watching? Come out of the bushes and say hello. Hi, Downsizing Diva. How are you? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. There's 12 people on here so far. Come out of the bushes and say hello. And make sure you guys thumbs up the live. Thumbs it up. Thank you. Honey, I don't kind of mess it up a little bit. I kind of mess it up around here. You see how it's sitting up? It's not laying flat. I got to play around with it. Because what happened this morning, I forgot, y'all, that I have to put on my headphones in the morning because my husband be asleep when I come in here. So I can't have that Peloton bicycle out. So I worked out this morning, which is the first time in the whole week because I had not worked out since last Thursday on that Peloton. So it kept falling. So I had to kind of like push it all the way up as far as I could. And it just kind of lifted. So I got to keep playing around with it and bend them so it won't be lifting up like that. But yeah, I was like, oh my God. I was thinking maybe I could just put it real, real low. But yeah. But thank you. I appreciate that, Mel. You good but sleepy? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Linda's Journey. Yeah, I did it with pipe cleaners. I can imagine how pretty the curls is going to be once I finally take it down. I know the curls are going to be beautiful, but I might just leave it like this for a week and then take it down, maybe like on Sunday for church or something. See how the curls hold up. There's 13 people on here. Y'all make sure y'all come out of the woods and say hello and thumbs up the live. But listen, we have a special guest on here tonight, and I'm not going to keep my guests waiting long, waiting for more people to join. They will be here when they get here. So with that being said, I know time is precious, and I do not want to keep anybody, waiting too long. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to introduce our special guest for tonight. Yes. One of my sisters at church, she had her hair like that. And I was talking to her and she was telling me how she did it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I had purchased the pipe cleaners, but it just took me a long time before I actually started doing it. It took a long time because, me and hair don't agree. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. I am going to read the bio of our special guest. This guest is so dear to my heart, you guys, because not only is this person a special guest, this person happens to be my husband's very, very best friend from childhood. I think like first grade, you guys. And he is like a brother. Yeah, that's our brother, to us. So yeah. I can go on and on telling you guys so much good things about him. But I'm gonna jump right into it. Actually, he was my husband's best man in our wedding, you guys. And my husband has several blood brothers. But Jarvis El-Amin was my husband's best man in his wedding. Okay, you guys. So let me just go ahead and jump right on into it. I see people coming in. Kim J saying hello. Nydia saying hello. Come on in, y'all. Come on into the room. Come on into my room. Because there's a meeting in my bedroom. Y'all come on in. Don't be late. Come on in. Don't let me get to singing. Y'all know how I do. Anyway, let me go ahead. You guys, with the bio, I am introducing to you guys Jarvis El-Amin was born to Charlie and Jimmy Bell Jones in Dawson, Georgia on October the 18th, 1959. Jimmy Bell is the second cousin to soul legend Otis Redding. Mr. El-Amin is an entrepreneur, author, community organizer, and marketing consultant, formerly an accounting executive for A&M 1150 WTMP. Jarvis sold over 4,000 copies of his book From South Georgia to South Africa. The Journey on a Rocky Road to Success, he sold over 3,000 copies of Creating a Sales Mentality, How You See Yourself as a Salesperson. He is an advocate for economic and political empowerment. He has been involved in voter registration and voter education for many years. Mr. El-Amin has volunteered for many organizations in our community. He is a founding board member for Masjid Al-Nasser. You're going to have to correct me on that if I pronounce it wrong. He is a founding board member Image USA, a Muslim civic education organization, founding board member for the Tampa Bay Muslim Alliance that sponsors the annual charity festival, member of the executive committee of the local NAACP, president and co-founder, Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, founding board member for Tampa chapter of CAIR, founding member of Candy Low Conversation and Tea, a social discussion group, and also a former member of WMNF 88.5 Community Radio. Mr. El-Amin is proud to be Mr. El-Amin is proud to be a practicing Muslim, a caring father, grandfather, and husband. He enjoys socializing and networking. Now, one thing I didn't see in this bio, I remember when Jarvis won Community Activist of the Year here in Tampa. That was really big program they did for him. Yeah, so he is a community activist. If you are in the Tampa Bay area and you ever pick up the Florida Sentinel, which is a black newspaper, you're going to always see Jarvis Jones. Jarvis Jones K. El-Amin. I'm sorry, Jarvis, I keep calling you by your old name. Jarvis K. El-Amin. You're going to always see Jarvis in the Florida Sentinel. Or you're going to always hear Jarvis' voice on the radio on Saturday mornings and things like that. Anytime something going on in the community, you're going to hear Jarvis' voice, or you're going to see Jarvis somewhere in the mix. So with that being said, you guys, I am going to introduce to you guys right now and present to you guys Jarvis K. El-Amin. I am bringing him to the stage now. Hey, Jarvis.
Hey, what's going on, Twan? I'm so happy to be on your show. You stroke me till you choke me.
I am just so thrilled to have you on here. I really am. I'm sorry I messed up a couple names on your bio. Yeah. I know I butchered them. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
It's no problem.
But yeah, so the way I do this, Jarvis, it's more like a conversation. I'm not an interviewer, I just want to have conversation. Let's just talk. We're just gonna talk. I am so glad that you have been one of my number one supporters on my weight loss journey. Even when I was on a weight loss journey years ago, you was always rooting me on, and things like that. And every time you see me or I post something on Facebook or whatever, you always like Twan, you're doing your thing, you know, keep doing this, keep doing that, you know, and I just love it. I appreciate it. You always like, girl, you looking good, or you always comment and say, you top the town. So I love when you post that. It's like I can hear you saying it. You top the town.
Yeah, that's come from Dawson, Georgia. My aunt used to say that.
Yeah, so I really appreciate you, Jarvis. You know, coming on here. Actually, you're the first male that I brought on to what you call it, my show.
You better believe it. Traces of Twan life. I'm happy to be here. I'm honored. I'm happy to be the first male.
Yeah. We supposed to went live for my Love Wins series. Self-love is the best love. But we got caught up into so much with that house that, you know, I had to put it off. So I'm grateful that you understood and you are still available tonight, you know, to come on.
I ain't no doubt about it.
Right. So with that being said, Jarvis, you know, I watched your journey. You know, I watched your journey. I mean, I saw you when you had to wait on you.
Sure did.
I saw you transform, you know, and you were doing some of the same things that I do. You were posting stuff on social media and you was rallying people on, letting people know, hey, you know, go for walks, do this, do that. And you always be on me about that pork.
That's right.
Me and Claxton, you always on Claxton about that pork. And I tell you, I've been doing good, Jarvis. I haven't completely put it down, but it's not like it used to be. Let's say that I'm at the point now where I'm doing, I don't really care for the turkey bacon, but I have tried that beef bacon and chicken sausage. I keep chicken sausage.
That's great.
Meatballs now. You know, I keep that kind of stuff in my freezer. I got a big bag of chicken sausage now. So, you know, and I told them about you. I said, my husband's friend, he be on me about that pork. So they heard me talk about you.
And I'm telling you something, Twan. I'm glad you brought that as the first conversation, because for you to be doing good as you're doing, still eating swine, is nothing but a blessing. Because the swine, it has nothing to do with religion per se. It has to do with it's high in sodium, and it's going to raise your blood pressure. It's going to cause you a real problem with your blood pressure, and high blood pressure leads to stroke. High blood pressure is the root of a lot of other problems that you can have. So not just swine and the high sodium, but the processed food. You know, you start talking about mac and cheese. I gave all that up. You talk about spaghetti. All the pastas is high in sodium and it's processed food. All processed foods gotta go because it's gonna raise your pressure. Now, let me start here. Where I want to start with my journey. I was 7 years ago, went to a doctor and my blood sugar was over 600. And the doctor wanted to know, how did I walk in the doctor's office without being in the diabetic coma? Because I really literally should be dead. Anytime your blood sugar go over 500, you really can go in a coma and may not come out of it. Okay? And so what happened was, she said, listen, you have to lose some weight. At that time, I was 282 pounds on a 5'3" frame. Which, when you start talking about body mass index, that don't add up at all on a 5'3" frame. That's just too much weight on that smaller frame. And so at that time, you know, I'm a Muslim. I'm practicing Muslim. My faith is Islam. And I don't wear that on my shoulder, but that's what changed my life. I was getting ready to go into Ramadan, which is the month that we fast. And this is an immigrant Muslim doctor that I went to. She said, you can't do Ramadan. She said, you got to eat. You can't go 30 days without eating in the daylight hours and for 12. And that was in August. So so sun will go down. It's almost like 10 hours. No water, no food for almost 10 hours. Eat before the sun rises, and then the sun go down by 8:30 at night, almost 9 o'clock at night. And I said, ma'am, I've been a Muslim since 1974. I never miss Ramadan. I'm not going to miss Ramadan. I'm going to go on Ramadan. She said, well, if you're going to still go on, you can come back and sign something that I told you this. Because she said, I ain't having no liability on that. And that saved my life, because the discipline that I learned during Ramadan is what I put to work for me when I changed my life. And I actually talked to a girl that I used to work with at TMP, and she lost almost 80 pounds. Her name was Laura. She used to do the traffic there, like on for the radio station. I said, Laura, what did you do? This is what she told me, Twan. She looked me straight in my eyes. This is a non-Muslim that tell me this. She said, Jarvis, Here's what you do. She said you have to drink 7 to 8 bottles of water a day, no rice, no starch, no processed food, walk for 20 to 30 minutes, a brisk walk 3 days a week. She said, you went on Ramadan for 10 hours for 30 days? I know you can do that, Jarvis. This easy for you. You can do it. And she was so confident I can do it that her confidence transferred over to me, because she told me so confident that I can do it. And so when I did exactly what she told me to do. And when I came back to see my doctor, the next 30 days, I had lost 15 pounds out of the box.
Oh,
right
wow.
out of the box.
Wow.
And that started my journey. And then I never, psychologically, I never called this no diet. I never called, I said, this is a lifestyle change. Words matter. When you put things in your psychological makeup, words matter. You know, because our mind is like a computer. If I put him on a diet, okay, I'm losing weight. I ain't losing no weight because I don't want to find it back.
Exactly.
I ain't losing.
That's why I like to say get rid of it.
Yeah, yeah. And so no, I didn't even like to say that. I like to call it a weight loss journey. I'm getting back to that the way I really should be, you know, and naturally. The other part of that I want to share with you is that I was a diabetic. I was a diabetic. And you do not want to be a diabetic. Did you hear me? I'm talking to your audience. And y'all need to like this video, share this video. You need to do it right now. Come on and like it and share it, because this is real stuff. I'm going to give you something the doctor ain't going to give you. That's so the mistake I made, I could have lost this weight 10 years ago. Right. Because I listened to a doctor. I'm not no doctor. I ain't player hating on no doctors, but I'm telling you, in this case, the doctor was wrong. There's no such thing as a borderline diabetic. Did you hear what I said?
Right.
Now, did you hear what I said? I'm talking to your audience too. I don't care what they said. You either diabetic or not. You either got diabetes or don't have diabetes. Let me break it down for you. If your A1C is 5.9, you're not a diabetic. If your A1C is 6.1, you're diabetic. Did y'all catch that? Anything under 6, you're not a diabetic. So what they tell you is when you become a 5.7, 5.8, or you're borderline diabetes. And guess what happened to the people they're saying that to, the patient they say that to? They keep eating wrong. They don't change nothing. Oh, well, I'm all right. I'm just about borderline. They don't change none of their food choices. They don't change none of what they eat. Because what? A person that's a medical doctor tell you borderline. You're either diabetic or not a diabetic. And when the doctor my doctor told me that, this was a black doctor, a black man too. He said, no, there's no such thing. He helped me through this journey. He said, he explained to me, I started off doing my blood work every 6 months. He said, no, that's too long. I started doing my blood work every quarter. And I used to do feel good Fridays. You remember that? Yeah. On Facebook. And the first thing you have to do, what does the t-shirt say?
Know your numbers.
Know your numbers. That's the first step on the weight loss journey. You have to start knowing your numbers. So if you're doing this for the first time, anybody in the listening audience, the first 30 days, you need to check your blood sugar, your blood pressure, and your weight every day for 30 days. Why every day? Because any little weight you lose is going to inspire you to keep doing it, to keep going. You got to be inspired to keep going. It requires discipline to do this. I don't care what else you got. It requires discipline, careful planning. It requires faith and faith in God to do this. This is not easy. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you can lose weight. This is not easy. This is not easy. So that's the first step. And then after 30 days, you start doing your blood pressure, blood sugar, and your weight once a week. And you start monitoring, because you'll see during the week when you eat something, you'll see what put your blood pressure up. That's what I'm telling you about that swine. You eat some of that old fat bag, and then your pressure go up to 200 over 190. You start still feeling dizzy, and get out there in that Florida sun, about 90 degrees out there, talking about walking and fall out, and then somebody have to call the funeral home man for you. You understand what I'm saying? That's how this works. Yeah. I'm going to keep it real. I know people don't like it. I'm going to give it to you blood raw. Take the meat, throw away the bone.
Right.
I ain't going to hold back. I ain't finna tiptoe. I ain't gonna tiptoe through the tulip because that's not who I am. I'm telling you, you got to be real with this. You got to keep it real. You got to make it happen, and you got to believe that you can do it. You know.
Okay.
So I just take it. I got much more to tell you about it. I just want to give you a break if you want to ask me a question or so, because it's much more I want to drill down on. I'm just getting started on this because I'm passionate about this. I'm a health and wellness advocate. Add that to my bio. Health and wellness advocate. I'm advocating for health and wealth because your health is your greatest wealth. I can give you $1 million now, and you got bad health. It ain't gonna do you no good. You can't travel because you got to get a wheelchair. You get tired. You can't do nothing on no cruise. You can't do nothing on no plane. You could have said if you're overweight and got bad health, you can't go cross country. You can't go where Kiana went. You can't go wherever she went 18, 20 hours. You could not stay on no plane 18, 20 hours with no bad health. You can't do it.
You're right. You're right about that, Jarvis. You're right about that. You're right about that. So let me ask you, I got 2 questions that came to my mind. The first question, what did your journey look like from the beginning when you started? What did your journey look like?
Tell me,
as after you knew your numbers, then what was the next thing you did? As far as, did you start changing the way you ate right away? I know you cut out the carbs and everything. What else did you do besides changing the way you ate?
That's a great question. So let me tell you what you have to do first. You first got to commit yourself to the process. You got to make sure you're getting your 5 to 7 bottles of water a day, 16 ounces of water a day. That's the first step because water gonna help the weight come on. Mm-hmm. All right. After you do that, the next step in this journey, start changing your food choices. You got to change your palates because we're told in this society healthy food don't have to taste good. So for initially, I just eat the meat, lamb, fish, and turkey, and salmon, which is in the fish family. Okay, that's all. Then I have a vegetable, and then I started with sweet potato because I psychologically got to trick myself that I got another side. I couldn't eat the rice, couldn't eat the white potato. So sweet potato does not turn into sugar. A lot of people don't know that. It come out of the motherland. It's called a yam. It don't turn into sugar. It don't turn like white potato turn into sugar, mashed potatoes turn into sugar. So I take the sweet potato, I mash it up, I eat it, I cut it, put some real butter on it, put a little cinnamon on it. That was my second dish on my plate. I did that for almost 6 months. I said, oh my God, sweet potato, I'm getting bored. And somebody told me, that same girl from WTM, she said, Jarvis, you need to try cauliflower rice. And my wife is a great cook. Her parents from the Caribbean. So, every 3 months, I would still treat myself to oxtails. I never gave up oxtails. I just didn't do them as much as I used to do. But every quarter, I would treat myself to oxtails. And then when I do that, I would do the cauliflower rice and put that oxtail gravy on it. And you won't even know the difference. You won't even know the difference. So your palate start changing. Okay. You have to have a taste for that. So your palate, you got to retrain your palates. That's part of the process. And so that's what I did. And then you have to, here's the mistake people make. And this is Jarvis' journey. So don't take this personal. But I'm telling you what worked for Jarvis. It may work for you. It may not work for you. But, to me, 85% of your weight journey is nutrition, what you put in your body. 15% is the exercise. So all I suggest people, if you try to tell people they got to go to the gym, they got to get a Peloton bag, they got to do it, they don't do all that. I'm going to tell you straight up, they don't do all that. What they can do is the low-hanging fruit. Just a brisk walk, that's all I do. A brisk walk. I start off like 15 minutes, 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, brisk walk. Then increase to 20 minutes. Then increase to 30 minutes. Then increase the time that you're walking, but it's a brisk walk. Because all you really want to do is the cardiovascular. You want to get your blood boiling, get your circulation going. If you try to do things that's so big, how many people January, they hear all them ads about the gym and go sign up to the gym, and by April, they ain't never been back. They done lost their money, can't get out the agreement.
February, they quit.
I ain't player-headed, but I'm just telling the truth. And I'm telling you, so you have to you got to know what you can do. You got to have reachable goals, and you got to know yourself, and you got to commit to yourself, make a commitment to the commitment.
Right,
You know,
right.
commit to the process. So once you do that, and I tell you, my wife initially when I started, she still brought bread into the house. She would still cook rice, and every night then she used to cook rice. So sometimes even her, she wanted to see, was I serious or was I curious? So some people just be curious.
Yeah.
I was serious. Curious mean that I'm gonna try this, and then 3 months later don't work. I'm gonna start by eating fat back and whatever I'm eating that ain't right. People know bad food. They know mac and cheese turning to sugar. They know all this. They know white rice turning to sugar. They know grits turning to sugar. The hardest thing for me to stop doing was grits, because I'm from Georgia. I love grits, salmon and grits, liver and grits, grits and this, grits and that, sardines and grits. I was craving for grits like a crackhead.
I have cut back a lot on them grits. Ever since me and you had that conversation, I ate grits twice when we went up to Georgia.
That was hard for me.
But I had not had no grits in so long because I had been cutting myself back from it. Yeah, I didn't realize.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm proud of myself. I haven't had no grits in 7 years, because I know me. I can't do no graduate. Just do a little bit. Well, you can do everything in portions. If I eat some grits tonight, I'm gonna have some grits in the morning. I have some grits the next day because I love grits. It's just like drinking. That's why I stopped drinking. I can't social drink like some people can social drink. If I drink tonight, I'll be drunk for a whole week. So I don't drink at all. I don't eat no grits. I don't play with no grits, and I don't play with the rice. I mean the rice and the bread. Because I used to. My wife used to see me. She know I was country. She'll fix the whole dinner. And I had a meat on there, and I go get some whole wheat bread and make a sandwich out of the meat and still eat the rest of the meal. You just always got to have bread. That's how I was. That's how country people was doing. So
yeah. Oh, wow.
It requires discipline. It requires discipline to do this, and you have to make a commitment. So, like I said, you have to ask yourself. You can't do it for your wife. You can't do it for your husband. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Your health is your greatest wealth, and then you have to pray a lot. You have to pray a lot. I pray 5 times a day, and when I was doing that, I throw in some late night prayers. Get up 3 o'clock in the morning, pray, God, help me with this, because I was in bad shape. I had to lift. My stomach was so big. Let me just give you for your audience. My suit was 48. My waist was 46. I was 282 pounds. I'm 188 pounds now. Did you hear what I just said to you? That's a whole full person that I got rid of. I was carrying around a 80-pound person. That's what it bottom line. And when I got out of, and when I was a diabetic, you be dry mouth all night, urinating all night. I used to have to lift my stomach up to get out the bed, because that's how it was. You do not want to be. You do not want to be a diabetic.
What's your suit size now, Jarvis?
Oh, my suit size is about 40, and my waist, I went from 46 in the waist. I just did my waist about 2 days ago because my belt was too big. I went to buy another belt. My waist is 38 now.
Oh, wow.
38.
So let me look at the chat real quick and see if there's some questions, and then I want you, after I review this chat a few, I want you to talk a little bit about this shirt you have on, and then explain how it relates to you in different areas, because I know your journey. I know that once you did have an issue with your blood pressure, your A1C, all that good stuff. So it's a new day. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much. You love my hair. She said, welcome, special guest. And you don't stop, yo. Hey, how are you? Down to the Diva says, great introduction for him. I'm a Asma, and your name is Hannah, right? I think that's your name. I kind of remember you from the night. She said, Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Oh, yeah, that's a Muslim. It's probably Hanan. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Okay. And then it's a new day. Mel says she loved the shirt. Yeah, I love that shirt too. Yes, Mel, the shirt know your numbers. Pigs don't sweat. That's why the meat is so salty. Oh, I didn't know that.
There you go. Who that is? Who that is? Go back to her. What's her name?
Uma.
She's a
you see it? You see it on the screen?
Yeah, she's a Muslim sister. Yeah. Tell her, let me tell her, thank you. I need all the support against this swine so I can make sure that Claxton and Quan get off this swine. Thank you all. Thank you very much, sister. May Allah make it easy for us.
Down south, and people say, preach. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. El-Amin, thanks for being here. What are your thoughts on men of color and their understandable distrust of the medical community? How do we...
I want to talk about that.
We were just talking about it before we started tonight.
Yeah, in the backstage we was talking about that. So whenever she get a chance, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead and address that question. Go ahead, Jarvis.
All right, well, let me tell you something. That's why I got involved with this organization called Envision Resolution Foundation. It's a health and wellness movement that we're doing. This is a health and wellness organization that I'm involved in. I'm the community engagement for this organization. Website is ermovement.com, so you can see what we're doing. So make sure you go to our website. If you can put it in the chat for me, Twan, that would be good. ermovement.com. But let me tell you,
we'll put it in the chat. One of my mods, can you put that in the chat? Say it again, Jarvis.
Yeah. ermovement.
ermovement.com.
Right. ER is for Envision Resolution. Okay, so let me just say this. Well, you know, it goes back to the Tuskegee experience. It goes back to when we had segregated waiting rooms. I know because I experienced that in my hometown. And we never really seen a black doctor in the town that I was born in. And we had to sit in separate waiting rooms to see a doctor. They didn't treat the medical. They have a history of not giving good health care to African Americans. It just went in all over the South and other parts of the country. But the Tuskegee experience is what really got black men and the black community distrusting the medical system. They said they shot them with full-blown syphilis, put them in jail in Tuskegee, Alabama, and let them stay there for almost 30 days and then treat them. And so that's why you got black men won't take no immunization. They won't do no immunization, won't do no shot.
Vaccinations. Oh, I didn't realize that's why they don't do those. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Tuskegee experience. Go Google the Tuskegee experience. Every black man, woman, and child should know about this. Now, let me move fast forward. That's why it's important for us to have African Americans in the medical profession. We need African American doctors. Not just this have nothing to do with no race. If you got a white doctor, don't say this man coming on here talking about race. No, it has something to do. They have the cultural sensitivity to what we have to experience. That's why you need a black doctor, because they understand, they understand our culture. It's culture sensitivity. So we don't have no excuse now. That was in the 50s, the Tuskegee experience. We had to find some doctors. Like I took the shot for COVID because the Moderna was developed by a black woman. All black people didn't know that. She developed that shot, the immunization for COVID. The Moderna, I didn't take them other ones because I didn't trust the other ones. But when I looked at research, I do research. We ain't got no reason not to know now. I did my research on Moderna and all three of the shots, and Moderna was developed by a black woman, was a black scientist, and it's safe. You had no problem with that. And so, I'm not pushing people to do that, but I'll travel a lot, and they're gonna let you out of the country during that time without having the shot. So I was going to St. Lucia, and I said, well, if I don't spend this money to go, I'm gonna take this shot. I'm going to St. Lucia, have me a good time. And so that's what happened. But I did my research. So that's one of the reasons that our people don't trust the medical system, because they don't. And a lot of times it's our responsibility to self-advocate for yourself as a patient. I asked my doctor when he get ready to do my blood work. Okay, so I asked her, say, what kind of blood work are you doing for me? I want cholesterol. I want to know about everything. I want cholesterol. I want glucose. If you don't ask the doctor what they request in the blood work, they request what they think you need. And that's another why you need one that's culturally sensitive to you. When I do my blood work, I do it every 3 months now. I need to know everything. I need to know cholesterol. I need to know what vitamin, how much vitamin D, how much calcium in my blood, what's my glucose, everything. But you have to self-advocate. A lot of black people don't self-advocate to the doctor. They put the doctor way up here. No, the doctor, he sat on the same level with me. He just been educated. He know more than me, but I'm going to ask him questions and he should be able to answer them.
Right. That's a good point that you brought up too. Thank you, Mel, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, we have another question behind that.
Okay.
Hey, Lisa. Hey, girl. Hey. What do you think about calorie counting?
You want to ask her, does she want my honest opinion?
Honest opinion, because I calorie count.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you something.
Don't sugarcoat.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Calorie count is, to me, it's okay, but I'm not a strong advocate of calorie count because number one, everybody's body is different. So whatever worked for you may work for you. Calorie count, I'm not with calorie. So you count calories, but you eat bad food. You count calories, but you eat food. You know what I'm talking about, with high sodium in it. Yeah, right. You count calories, but you're still eating bread that turned into sugar. You count calories, but you eat pasta, mac and cheese and spaghetti and all this kind of pasta that turn into sugar. You count calories, but you're still eating grits that turn into sugar. Because keep controlling your blood sugar and your A1C. You got to ask me the question about that because I want to talk to you about A1C and blood sugar because it's important with these know your numbers.
Right.
To simple sisters who ask the question, counting calories does not help your numbers here. They don't help your numbers here. They just help you to feel good. I had this many calories. That's a feel-good method to make you feel good, psyching yourself out. In my opinion, this views and opinions of Jarvis El-Amin does not reflect the views and opinions of Twan Traces of Life. These are Jarvis El-Amin's opinions.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Give a disclaimer.
Ask you questions. Go ahead.
I want to give a disclaimer because I want to thank people that, this is the radio in me. We have to give a disclaimer. These are my views, not just the views of the advertisers, supporters, or anybody who support Twan's Traces of Life. That it reflects. So I'm a strong opinion. I have a lot of passion, and I'm strong when I believe it. I believe it.
Okay, good point. That's a good point because there's a lot of people who are in the GLP-1 community that I'm in that believe the same thing. They don't count calories. They just said, no, I'm not gonna do that because they said to them they feel like they're on a diet. But it has helped me, so that's why I stick with it, But everybody's different. So I guess I did it because I wanted to see if I was gonna be disciplined enough to actually stick with it and to see what I was eating and see if I could kind of control that. But there have been times on my journey where I may have counted my calories 2 or 3 days a week. Even now I don't do it 7 days a week. When I was going I didn't do it at all. I tried, but it was hard to do. So
I did it a long time ago. 10 years ago I did it, and I never thought that was effective. I don't want to do nothing on this journey that is not effective because the bottom line is get good results. And you've been getting good results. You top the town. Shout out to you. And so I know that only thing in life counts as results. Excuses and all that kind of stuff people looking for positive results.
Right. Okay. Downside and Diva say he is speaking the truth. Jerlene King say good evening. Hey, Jerlene. She said, amen. Heal That Spirit podcast say, what a story. Yes, that's it. www.ermovement.com. Thank you, Mel. She corrected it right here.
And I want to suggest everybody go to that website.
Clyde. Hold on, y'all. Oh, she hung up. Clyde. I'm sorry, that's my daughter calling. I was going to tell my husband to get the phone, but she hung up. She'll call back. Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Hey, Kiana. Hey, I'm on live on YouTube right now with Jarvis. You want to talk to Clarkson real quick while I'm on live? No, that's okay. Keep Clarkson. Call him. Okay, let me get him the phone because I'm in the middle of YouTube live right now. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Let me get him the phone. Clyde, Clyde, Clyde. I'll get my phone. You get that, Clyde. I am so sorry, y'all. Y'all know my daughter left the country and her time is different from ours, and I'm so sorry. I apologize for that, y'all. Thank you for being patient with me. Okay. Hi, Beverly. Hey, look at Didi say, "Hey, Mama and Didi, you and Sam
Hey,
be
how
so
you doing, Didi?
some of these nuggets Jarvis dropping on here since y'all on y'all lifestyle journey too. Happy Thursday, Tamika. Hey, Tamika. Tamika is from Tampa too. So, Tamika, I know you've seen Jarvis in the Florida Sentinel and heard his voice on WTMP radio for years. Oh, my sister is on here. She said, "That's right, X."
Yeah,
Lakeisha said,
thank you.
"Yeah." Mona saying, "Why? Why to what, Mona?" Uh oh, is that the scientific study? Tuskegee? Was she talking
Just your
about?
answer to yeah,
Yeah, okay. So
the
Beverly saying,
simplest.
"Welcome, Mr. El-Amin. I appreciate your opinion. Thank you." Okay. That's the movement again. Mona say, "I love this." Hey, Kevin. He said, "I appreciate the black male perspective on fitness and health." Thanks for joining, Kevin.
The
Um, she made it. Yeah, she made it. Kiana is there. Oh, me talking about, hey, Kiana. Yeah, she's there, y'all. Let's see. Look at Carla to my hey Key laughing. Hey Carla. Carla's for Tampa area too. So Carla, I know you heard you and Kevin. I know y'all heard Jarvis on WTMB and all that stuff and see him on the news and everything. So Simone says, I was asking why he didn't like calorie counting, but he answered, okay, gotcha. Okay. So Jarvis, go ahead and explain a little bit more about your shirt and all of that because
yeah, I'm glad you asked, and that's why I wore this shirt. I joined this wellness movement about a month ago, and I just went to we were doing what we call barbershop conversation, where it's started in Atlanta, Georgia, called Confess Project as a barber, and he was a mental health counselor. And he wasn't getting no traction because there's a lot of stigma related to mental health as related to the black community and the black man in particular. And so he used the social environment of the barbershop to integrate that into a way to do mental health education, health and wellness, not just mental health, but health and wellness education. So I went to one of the barbershop talks. They were talking about relationships, that was down my alley. Then they did one about how to retrain your taste buds. And then they did one about trauma, the trauma that we experience. And in the whole movement, this organization, Envision Resolution Foundation, their whole mission is health and wellness. And they started a wellness movement. And these are the shirts that we wear when we go to these events. And I came on board on staff as a community engagement specialist. And so let's talk about the numbers. The first one is BP, which is blood pressure. And this your blood pressure is really, really good if you're 120/80. But if you according to your age, if you're 125, 130, it ain't too bad. And that you don't want the lower number to get too much higher than 80. If it's 85, you cool, because high blood pressure can lead to stroke. High blood pressure can lead to heart attack. High blood pressure for black men, and you start taking that or Lodopin and all these other blood pressure medicine, is going to kill your nature. And that ain't going to work too good for you. That ain't going to work out too good for you. You would never be able to deal with that in taking care of your queen. I'll leave it at that. But it affects your nature and your libido. And so I told my doctor that was the last thing he told me. He said, well, you know, Jarvis, you need to stay on this blood pressure medicine. I was only taking a 20 milligram of Olopin, and that was bad, you know. And not on that, it make you a little dizzy too. And so I said, no, I'm getting off of it. He said, well, I'm not suggesting you get off of it, Brother Jarvis. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have to take my chance on this one, Doc. I ain't staying on this Olopin. He said, well, if you insist upon doing it, he said, journalize your blood pressure every day for 30 days. So take your blood pressure in the morning, take it at night for 30 days. When I went back after 30 days, he said, what are you doing, Jarvis? He said, boy, he didn't say top the time, but he said, boy, you knocked a home run. Your blood pressure was great. He looked at, and he said, your blood pressure. He said, yeah, you off of it. I said, well, I know. I was off of it before I started. I'm definitely off of it. And I said, no, you got my permission to be off of it. So that's the blood pressure story, okay? A1C.
So what did you do to get off it, Jarvis? How did you get off the blood pressure? What did you do? You had to change something. You just saying.
No. I kept eating the same way I eat because remember I had already changed my diet. And that's another thing that I had already changed. You already know that the processed food raises your blood pressure because it's got a lot of sodium in it. A lot of those, you got to know how to read. Now, I don't count calories, but I read labels. You have to read those labels. A lot of that stuff in them labels,
right?
Monoglyceride, that's swine, it raises your pressure. You know, so a lot of people that say they don't eat no pork still eating it because they don't read labels. And those things in the fine print and canned food is all high sodium. Don't stay away from that canned food. You got to get fresh vegetables and steamers. Black people like to overcook the vegetables. Vegetables should not be overcooked, black people, African American. Don't overcook your bread. You don't supposed to have no cabbage that be soggy. It's supposed to be crisp when you eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your broccoli should be crisp when you eat it. You know what I mean? All of that. Your asparagus should be crisp. You know, it shouldn't be so soft that you kill all the nutrients. So so my point in the matter is, all of that affect your blood pressure.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to have a lot of fresh vegetables.
Yeah.
So now let's go to the A1C. I told you earlier, if your A1C is 6.1, you are officially a diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me?
Yes. I hear you. Y'all hear him?
Y'all hear me? Don't let nobody tell you that you know borderline. If your A1C is 5.9, you are officially not a diabetic. If it's 5.7, not a diabetic. If it's 5.5, not a diabetic. My A1C was 9.7. Did you hear me? I want to do a call and response. I said something, respond back to me because this ain't no option.
Okay, so let's see. Somebody saying he's cracking me up, but he's right. She's saying he's right. He's right.
Yeah. Call and response. I need to hear some response. Okay, so what I'm saying is,
you say here.
Yeah, so my A1C was 9.7, and my A1C haven't been over 5.5 in 7 years. And y'all don't want to clap for that, but I'm gonna clap for myself because if you ain't clapping, you hating, and hate don't look good on you.
You did awesome. You did awesome, Jarvis. Somebody said
7 years. No, just keep it that way for 7 years. Anybody just doing it one time. Consistencies for 7 years. I want your audience to hear this. It's not about just doing it in one time. You got to be able to maintain a lifestyle. Your weight loss journey has to turn into a lifestyle. Did y'all hear me?
That's true.
Otherwise, you just go back to a bad lifestyle, and this thing can turn around quickly on you. You go 3 months and get off track for 3 months. A1C go up, blood pressure go up. Yeah, everything happens. Right. The next number is your heart rate. That's very important. Why is the heart rate important? Heart attack is a stable among African Americans. In the African American community, look at TD Jakes. He came out 3 months later because he want to tell the people now, I know it was a heart attack. He was, black people real secret about the condition of their health, and that's on them. They don't want to be private about it, but I ain't private about mine. If I get sick, I want everybody to know I'm sick, and I need you to pray for me. As a Christian, I need the Hebrews to pray for me. I need all the Muslims to pray for me. I need everybody praying for me if I'm sick. You understand what I mean? So he came out later and said it was a heart attack. Right on stage, preaching the word of God. That's why your heart rate, you got to know what your heart rate is. That's why they put that little thing on your thing and checking your heart rate. You got to know that. You understand what I'm saying?
So somebody said that's a healthy lifestyle, getting all those numbers in order. But then they had another question with heart rate. Is that resting heart rate?
I see what you say. I didn't understand the question.
With the heart rate, is that a resting heart rate?
What do you mean by resting?
Like you just sitting still. What should your heart rate be?
Oh no, this is your overall heart rate. When you're sitting down, you know your heart rate gonna go up if you're doing walking. Right. But this when you go to your doctor and they check your heart rate. You sit down, they check your heart rate.
So when you sit down, and if you in between 60 and 70s, and I guess that's pretty good.
But between 60 and 100. Between 60 and 100.
Okay.
You're good. Between 60 and 100. So even if you've been active, as long as it stay between 60 and 100, you're still good. So whether you resting or active, it stay between 60 and 100, you're good. If it goes up to 150, 200, 300, now you got a problem. Whether you're active or resting. If your heart rate 200, you're in trouble. You got me?
Yeah. So Darian say runs to check heart rate. He going to check his heart rate. Yeah, your resting heart rate. If your resting heart rate gets in the 50s, that can be a problem too. But that means that it's too low. So what's going on with your heart? Why your heart isn't functioning? Well, I'm not a nurse, but I do know some of that stuff from being in medical assistant school and coding and things like that. So Kevin says, yeah, that's your resting heart rate.
Okay.
Hey, Lucy, how are you joining? And so then Kevin says, my resting heart rate for when you are more athletic is low. Okay.
And that's a challenge. So that could be a challenge.
You get.
But tell him to check with his primary care physician and get some advice from his primary care. Ask his primary care about that. That's why I say you have to be self-advocate for yourself when you go to the doctor. These are questions you should be asking your doctor.
Right.
Doctor shouldn't be coming in and just writing you a prescription or something. Most black people go to the doctor, you get in that 5 minutes, write a prescription, send them out.
Right.
What kind of treatment is that? Come on, man. You lost your mind.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you're gonna talk to me. I got questions, and you should have answers. That's why it's very important to have a good primary care physician, preferably one that's culturally enriched, that's African American, that understand your culture and understand, the systemic racism with lack of access to health care. All this affects us, the social factors. That's a social deterrent to good health. What is a social deterrent? If you live in a food desert, can't get good fresh food, eating canned goods. People that got money ain't living in those food deserts and they eating canned goods. People that having the social factors that affect the health, if they go into the food pantry every week getting canned goods, then that ain't good for your health. Cause what? Canned goods is full of what? Sodium. Gonna raise your blood pressure. Yeah. And the vegetable you eating in the can, ain't no nutrients in that. They've been in the can for how long? You don't even know.
You're right about that. That's one thing that I have been doing too lately, trying to buy as much frozen and fresh vegetables as I can. So
that's what you got to do.
Heart rate is 85. Kevin says my resting heart rate is 45 to 56 beats per minute. Mona say hydration is important with heart rate.
Yes, she's right.
And Mindy say mine is sitting at 62 right now.
All right, she good.
Says right now I'm moving a little, so it's at 60. Okay. Darian say, wow, Kevin and Mindy. Okay, as Darian said, what's the thought on frozen vegetables versus canned?
That's a great question. You got a great audience, Twan, I like them. They really in power.
Yeah, I love them. They're called. I call them my sun rays. That's
Well,
what
I can
they're
tell you,
they're my sun rays.
they involve in the mission of Envision Resolution to educate, empower, and exchange information to affect better health outcomes. So they are really, that's the mission of this organization. So they are really good. Frozen vegetables are good. You just got to make sure you don't let them stay in the freezer so long till they become freezer burn. If you buy them, don't let no broccoli laying and okra laying there so long, because when you get ready to use it, it's freezer burn. Just because it's in the packet don't mean that it can't get freezer burn. If you let some frozen vegetables stay in the freezer 7, 8 months, then you say, well, I'm going to finally pull this okra out, finally going to pull this cauliflower out. It may not be good. So frozen vegetables is good. Of course, fresh is the best. You know, fresh is the best. Me and my wife went over to this Monday flea market off of 75 in Westbrook and got a lot of fresh vegetables and fruit, man. It's just that's the way to go. You go over there, you know, they got it on 22nd, they got fresh fruit, and that's the way to go.
You said Webster, y'all went to Webster flea market?
Yeah.
I haven't been to Webster flea market. Yeah, my mama used to love that place.
Yeah, I know. It's a good place to go. It's just an outing. While you're there, you get your fresh fruit and you got pecans, you know, all this kind of stuff. You know, I'm a pecan. But yeah, so we got a lot of fresh vegetables and stuff. Fresh. So fresh is the best. Frozen is okay. That's the answer to the question.
Okay, so frozen is there. Gonna say frozen is good, but fresh is the best. Got it. Okay, yeah, I've been trying to stick with the fresh too. Like this week, I did a video, y'all. I'll be releasing that for y'all probably tomorrow of what I ate today. I caught myself making that viral kale salad.
Yeah, I got some kale. I bought some kale while I was there too, so I got some kale too. I wish we lived close to each other. I got some kale I could bring you.
Okay. Yeah.
Fresh kale from the garden. The Muslim people in Winter Haven got a garden during Ramadan. They gave me some kale and some turnip greens, and I ate the turnip greens. I haven't jumped in the kale yet. I got to admit that I got to figure out how to use that kale. My wife put it in this
salad. I use kale and cabbage. You know, the coleslaw mix that come in a package.
Yeah.
Some almonds on it.
So almonds?
Yeah, my sister told me about this salad dressing where you do honey, apple cider vinegar, olive oil.
You got to send that to me.
Dijon mustard.
Oh, my wife liked the Dijon mustard. Yeah, send that to me.
I like her that was kind of high in fat for me. So what I did, I added more apple cider vinegar to it.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
That's what I did. It was really good. I had it for lunch today, and I'm gonna have it for lunch again tomorrow.
Well, you're doing good.
We got another question. If you're here, check your wearable devices, check your numbers. So he's telling everybody to check their numbers, I guess, for their heart rates and stuff. Okay, Beverly says, look how Twan's face brighten up when she talks about us. We love you too, Twan. Yes, I love y'all. I love my sun rays. Let me tell y'all, I'm not going to get into that right now because we'll be all night. But I love y'all because y'all really, really, really supports me. I can get on here and talk to you guys freely. Some of you all, we communicate through text messages, emails, we talk on the phone. Some of you guys send me videos and messages on TikTok and Instagram. Matter of fact, Darian had just sent me a TikTok video, so I responded to him. I saw the notification came on. I said, hey, I'm on live with a special guest. Let me get here now. And next thing you know, he was here. But yeah, I mean, matter of fact, I need to get my Google number back. My daughter had to do a Google telephone number a while back. And I need to get it back because I let it expire. That way, when people want to call me and talk, you know, they can call me through Google. But yeah, I love y'all, Beverly. I do. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I don't know. I can't wait to do a meet and greet. So he said, ain't you amazing, Beverly? Yes, y'all are amazing.
That's great.
Okay, so Mona says tropical smoothie has great kale salad. Oh yeah, they got apple in it, Mona. It's good. I keep gonna make some one day.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They got green apple in it. It is really good.
Apple got a lot of fiber.
So Linda McDuffie says that's my homemade dressing for salad too. Oh, you like that too, Linda? Make sure you add more vinegar to it or add some water because it's a lot of fat with that olive oil. Or put lesser olive oil.
Yeah, just put less.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one that's
wow, y'all gotta share your recipes. Yes, Darium. I recorded today. Pack my bag with me, and so that's what I had for lunch. So I'm gonna edit it, not tonight, tomorrow, and I'll get it out to you guys with the recipe and everything. And it's really good. My sister sent me like I think 2 videos on it. And they told about it. So I was like, let me try it. My sister is on here, y'all. This is my sister. Simone is my sister. That's my oldest. She's older than I am. She works for a hospital, so you know. Right now, being in a hospital, all these nurses and everybody, you know, that's all they do is share, you know, healthy ideas and doing things like that. So, yeah, she always let me know about different, you know, recipes and things like that. So, Tamika said, heart. Mindy says blood pressure 96 over 68. Oh, I would love to have that.
What is it?
Her blood pressure is 96 over 68.
Boy, she's doing great.
Yeah, her A1C is 4.7. Her heart
She's
rate
knocking it out the park. She's knocking it out the park. Go ahead.
Yeah, her heart rate 62, and her BMI is 30. She said, "I guess the only thing that needs work is the BMI. It used to be."
But I want to talk about the BMI. You didn't let me get to that because I got some concerns about that. I want to share with you, the audience. Okay. So I want to talk about that.
Okay, let's go. Go at it.
See, let me tell you what I think about the BMI. I ain't big on the BMI. I'm gonna tell you why. Body mass index, because it's not culturally sensitive to people with melanated skin and with black people and African people. It's not sensitive to that. You know, they'll tell a man like me, 5'3", I should be 155 pounds because according to my height. If I be 155 pounds now, people think I got cancer or they think I'm about to die. I could not get no less than what I am now. I got to slow down now. I can't get no less than this now. I'm at a point now where I cannot go lower than. I'm making go to 185. That's it for me, because it's the way I'm shaped up. You know, my body built up. Because my head will shrink. If I lose 5 more pounds, I'm gonna lose 2 pounds in my head. And I look like I got cancer or something. So I don't think the body BMI, you know, I'm not player hating on it, but Jarvis is not a big fan of that. I just put it like that.
So, you know something, Jarvis, that I noticed with you? You lost, what, 101 pounds total?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Okay, so I knew you. I saw your size, okay, and all that. So I physically see your whole physique. I saw how you looked and everything. Like I told everybody, you were the best man at my wedding. You didn't have no weight loss surgery. You didn't have weight loss surgery.
No, I didn't.
Have any post weight loss surgery.
No.
And you don't have any sagging skin.
No. And I didn't take no medicine. I never did. I'm not player hating on nobody.
There's some hope for me because I'm not big on surgery, and I keep thinking that I'm gonna have to end up having surgery on my arms, you know, from the sagging skin. But I noticed that my arms are really, you know, it's getting sagging, but they tighten it up really good in other areas. So I'm hoping. And then what I like about it, you lost your weight slowly.
Yes, took me 7. Yes, slow and steady. I'm glad you said that, Toyin. Honestly, you warms my heart by saying that, because that's what made me feel good. Don't think I went antsy and was anxious when it wasn't coming along like I could. But I told myself, I said, I got to get patient. I didn't put all this weight on at once. It ain't gonna come off at once. And so I just resolved that this may take some time. I told myself, shut up, talk to yourself. It's gonna take some time. Leave me alone. This may take some time. And I trust the process, and I stayed on the path, and I wasn't anxious. I wasn't antsy about how fast it come on. You know, I remember when I was trying to get to 200. My wife would tell you, every time I go in, I said, babe, I can't get to 200. always be 207, be 209, 205, get to 203. But can I get to 200? I couldn't get to 200 for nothing, Twan. Nothing. So I just came to a conclusion, just be patient, man. God gonna give it to you in God's due time. God is always in the equation.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said, speaking of pack my bag, did you buy a bigger lunchbox? No, I have not a bigger lunch bag. Let me tell you, I was inside Burlington Coat Factory, and I saw this cute. Y'all know I'm a Leo. Leos, we love what? Leopard. We love animal stuff. And I saw this cute lunch bag. And my sister, she know I used to be a fan of zebra. I had zebra curtains, zebra everything in my living room for years. I saw this zebra lunch bag. I looked and I said, it ain't worth the money. I'm not buying this. Left out of there, went into a Ross. Guess what I saw?
A zebra.
Zebra book lunch bag, but it cost it way more than it did in Burlington. I said, well, I should do. So I was so funny. Tired that day. I didn't feel like going back in there because I had ran a lot of errands that day. I waited, went back in there. A couple days later, guess what? I said, I should just spend the extra dollars and got it right there. So I'm looking for a zebra book bag. I mean, not book bag, lunch bag. I have the leopard one.
And it's the one, the lunch bag you get, Twan, is it the one that's insulated?
Yes.
Yeah, my wife bought me one like that. So those are good to have.
It's not large enough for me to be putting all my stuff in it to take to work. Since I'm back in the office now, you know, that man won't let us be great and work from home no more. So so I've been doing videos sometimes like twice a week, sometimes called Pack My Bag With Me. So I show them how to pack my lunch bag.
Great big time content creator.
I'm trying. So Mona say, Mindy, yes, they commended Mindy. Dario said, you went from 52 BMI to 30. That's huge. Yep, that's huge. Everybody saying, go Mindy. She said, I only have melanated skin, freckles. Girl,
what's she saying?
She says, I only have partially melanated skin, freckles.
So she's still a part of the family.
Yeah. Linda said, yes, indeed. Kevin said, LOL, I understand him on the BMI. I'm supposed to be 176 to 182 pounds for a 6'1" male.
Let's see, it's not. It's like them California achievement tests. They culturally biased.
Yeah. So Linda says, wonderful. Kevin says, once I get to 200, I borderline look crackhead skinny.
Tell Kevin, I understand what he's saying too. I understand, Kevin. That's why I can't go no lower than this. Kevin, tell Kevin he's the main man.
Yeah, because my husband told me to get to 198 and stop.
You got to stop, man. You can't. I don't know. That's for me. I feel self-conscious now because I just come off for 30 days of Ramadan. And I lost almost 5 pounds during Ramadan. And Ramadan is not to lose weight. That's just one of the side effects, benefits of Ramadan. Because it's for prayer and reflection and to read the Holy Quran, to hold Holy Quran for 30 days. But I lost, as a result of it, I lost 4 pounds. And I'm looking in the mirror and say, oh no, I don't want to get no turkey neck and all that kind of stuff. I got to be careful.
I hear you. Okay, so Linda says, I needed to hear that. At times I get so overwhelmed, not losing weight, change my eating habits, and exercise 4 times a week. It can be frustrating, so thanks for encouraging words. And that's so true, Linda. I'm telling you, it's a lot of hard work. All that exercising, it ain't easy.
No, not at all.
394 pounds when I started this journey. Imagine me getting out there walking 5 to 6 days a week up to a whole hour. That's why I still be having problems now with arthritis. Arthur don't hit me, don't want to leave. You know?
Yeah. Getting off that pork helped you with that arthritis.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm telling you right now.
Okay. So Mel says the CDC and NIH, etc., are researching the BRI, Body Roundness Index. Oh, that's new for me.
Oh,
So we
okay.
relate the BMI. It's supposed to be
They
a
back.
determinant of metabolic risk and overall health. Not sure when.
That's right.
Oh wow, that's a good topic for us to
I
start
like.
reading.
See, I'm glad you brought that up. That's great.
Okay,
Mm.
that's interesting. I can't wait until they put the study out. So I can see what they're talking about. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Do anybody else have any questions for Jarvis while he's still on here? Is there anything else, Jarvis, you wanted to say while you on here that I really didn't ask a lot of questions, but is there anything else you would like to share
Yeah,
before?
I'd like to talk to the brothers, the black men, directly. I know it's not many on here, but they may come across a video. Your algorithm's so good, they may come down their timeline. So I want to talk to them to, very seriously. I want to look right into the camera and say this. Early detection is the key. They changed this thing around now about prostate cancer. They used to say you get checked for that when you're 50 and all this kind of stuff. I'm suggesting when you 40, check your prostate. Don't be worried about how it's done. Talking to black men, don't be all sensitive about that because it could save your life. Because most of the time when we get prostate cancer, it's already in the 4th and 5th stages and we out of here. Early detection is the key. Same thing with colonoscopy. Black men get a colonoscopy. Early detection. Do it every 7 years. Because if you get it, cut the polyps, get to it earlier. These are life-saving things that you need to do with your health. Your health is very, very important when it comes to this. So early, I want to end. That's the message I have to black men in particular. Black women, you know what to do. But then I'll let Quan tell y'all about early detection. But the key to this is early detection. Most of these chronic diseases that we're suffering from in the black community could be prevented. Just like the zip code 33610 in Tampa. 20% of the uninsured people is suffering from diabetes. How can you have a whole zip code 20%? If you got 50,000 people in the zip code, 20% that you got 10,000 diabetics? I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. This all got to be your food choices. You got to change your food choices. Early detection. You got to start checking all this kind of stuff. We cannot wait, because most of the time you find out somebody's sick or got cancer, what stage they in? Fourth and fifth. Yeah, 4th and 5th stage. Because they don't do no early detection. I had a brother die from colon cancer. When he found out he had it, was already in the 4th stage. Had a friend just died from prostate cancer. When he found out, it was in the 4th stage, 5th stage. Why are we not going to a doctor? That's one thing I want to say. The last thing I want to say is about mental health. Ain't nothing wrong with going to a therapist, black man. If you're having a problem with your family, your marriage, you're having a problem with your children, send them to therapy. If you have a headache, you go to a neurologist. You got something wrong with your women, they go to a gynecologist. Why do we have a problem going to a therapist, a psychotherapist, or going to a psychologist, going to a psychiatrist? You got something in your mind that need to be fixed. Get it fixed. And counseling give you the tools to fix your own life. Ayala Van Zandt taught us that. She wasn't fixing nobody's life. She gave them the tools to fix their own life. So we have to stop this stigma around mental health. Black men, if we want to have successful marriages, we got to have some premarital counseling. We got to do therapy when needed. This thing go off track, go to a therapist. One that's culturally enriched now. Don't go see somebody that's way out of your culture, can't give you no advice, gonna know nothing about how we grew up. You got to get a brother or sister, that know how to talk to. That's another reason black men don't go to therapy. They ain't gonna know. No Caucasian man, nothing against them, and let them tell them about how to fix their life or their marriage.
That's what they saying. That's what they be saying.
They ain't finna do nothing like that. But we got black therapists, see? So we got to stop that. Black men, we got to stop using that first. There are black men therapists. There are black women therapists. There are other people of color therapists. But we don't have enough. In our community, we need to increase our use of mental. So many people got mental problems and need a therapist. They're walking around. And if we go without it being treated, they end up on skid row. End up down there about train track. They end up down under the tree. They end up under the thing. And they said, what happened to him? He went crazy because he never addressed it. And so I want to end with that. That's my thing. Go to our website, ermovement.com. If you would also, if you would like to direct contact with me, I'm just going to give myself a plug. I hope Twan don't be mad, but I'm the greatest MC in the world. I'm the greatest sales trainer in the world. You want to get a copy of my book, you can go to enhancemententerprises.com and one of your mods put this in the chat, enhancemententerprises.com for any event, because we've got a lot of Tampa people, Tampa Bay area people on the live. So if y'all want to raise money, I'm a fundraiser. I'm an MC. I'm the best that do it for your nonprofit, for your church, for your event. If you need a host that's gonna keep it on track, I'm your person. And those are my passions. And so, check out our health and wellness movement at ermovement.com. Check out your brother at enhancemententerprises.com if you need an MC, if you want to learn how to. And selling is nothing but persuasion. If you married, you persuaded your wife to marry you. If you married, you already using persuasion skills. That's all selling is, the art of persuasion. So go to enhancemententerprises.com. Twan, it's been a pleasing pleasure to be on your show.
Did somebody put that in the chat? Enhancemententerprises.com.
Yeah.
Jarvis, you hit so many good points. I want to say something in my mind. Oh, this is what I want to say. Okay, that's a good point, Darian. I would say that women who love their men, their life, take them to the doctor, make appointments for.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So when Darian, he put in here the PSA test, prostate specific antigen test is a blood test to check for prostate cancer. What I wanted to say was one of the brothers, he's a brother on here in our GLP-1 community. He's lost over 100 pounds. He just recently found out he has prostate cancer. So he has been, sharing his journey and everything. And that was one of the points that I made on his video just this week. And I said one of the reasons a lot of men find out that they have prostate cancer in the last stage is because they don't get, tested. By the time they go get tested, it's already in stage 4, or whatever. So I'm glad you brought that point up because a lot of people on here, they follow him. His name is Charles. His channel is Round Mound. So right now he's going through the treatment. He's going through the treatment, I believe, and he talks about it. People know what's going on, and everything. So I really thank you for that. Matter of fact, I just shared Charles' video with Claxton because one of Claxton's coworkers is dealing with something right now. I don't think he has the cancer. I don't know. He might. I don't know. I don't know. Something's going on with his prostate that he had to have some procedure recently. So. Yeah, so I thank you for bringing that point up. So Elizabeth Duffy says, I love him. He speaks the truth. Yeah, he does. Darian says,
what is it say?
It's vitally important. Kevin says, thank you so much for the gems. Okay, so Darian put your site on here, enhancemententerprises.com. And Mel put on here the .com for everybody.
Thank you so much for the mods.
Out.
Thank you for your moderators.
Huh?
I said thank you for your moderators.
Oh yeah. Everyone says thank you for coming and thank you for all the gems. Mel says it's at the top of the chat as well. Okay, thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. So Darian says, go Mel. So yeah, here it is. Here's his channel, you guys. Round Mound or Zip Mound. If you guys are interested in knowing what's going on with him and his journey to fight to beat this prostate cancer, because we're all praying and really supporting him on this, y'all.
Yes.
Share his videos with your family members. I've even sent one of his videos to Facebook because I got a lot of men that follow me on Facebook. I got a lot of men in my family. Hey, man, y'all need to be watching this. Matter of fact, I need to do it again. There's another one of his videos on there because men, he's sharing his whole journey, test results, treatment results. I mean, he's sharing everything. I love it. I love it. It's very about it. Linda says, thank you for looking out for us and having guests on who are so understanding in his weight loss journey. Thank you. Twan, you're the best. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. It's not spelled out. It's okay. Thank you, Twan. Thank you, Mr. El-Amin. Appreciate you for sharing. Darian says he overcome the disease of obesity and now he's battling prostate cancer. He's a strong man who's so over about his journey. Yes, he is. I love that. I love that. So if you guys are on here, I have a lot of men that watch the bushes that won't come out and comment. So if y'all listening right now, I have a lot of men that watch my videos on the replay. So
problem.
Guys, check out these two websites. Check out Round Mountain Step Down. Well, share with your brothers and your family, your nephews, cousins, uncles, whatever. Share it. All right. Well, we've been on here now an hour and 21 minutes. I don't want to hold you all night. I don't want to keep you too from your wife. Tell your wife I said thank you so much for that. We know she's gonna let you be you. She already knows who you are.
Of course, you're right about that. She's in my life.
Yeah, so I thank you so very much, Jarvis, for being so open to come on here to share my story. I really appreciate it.
You just want to be your authentic self and the best version of Jarvis El-Amin I can be. Best version.
He didn't finish talking about the BMI on his shirt. Oh,
no,
he said, where can we get the shirt?
Oh, this is a shirt. Tell them to go to the ermovement.com.
Okay.
So they can get the shirt from there. Okay. Yes. Yeah, they can get a shirt from there.
Now, what would really be nice? I love the fact that the shirt has on there, numbers and everything. What would really be nice to get a shirt with your specific numbers?
That would be good. That would be good. That I agree with that. So we have to work on this, and we when you do a meetup, we need to have just a panel discussion about health and wellness. We got to make this a real movement. Just like the civil rights movement was. We have to make health and wellness a movement. We have to make this a lifestyle. We're losing too many people because just making bad food choices, not exercising, eating the bad food. It's just food is for nutrition. Like even pumpkin seeds is good for your prostate. You got to get some pumpkin seeds. You got to get that in for men. You got to get that into your diet. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good. You got to get some pumpkin seed. And what you do is, I'm talking to the sisters now. You got to put these in smoothies. You got to put this in smoothie. Fiber is good because colon cancer is also when you're not having a regular bowel movements. So then all that stuff get packed up in your colon, and then you end up with colon cancer. You got to get some regular fiber in your diet. We can do a part 2 on this just 2 or 3 months from now, whenever you want to do it, because it's
just let me know anytime you open up. Like I say, they already told me they want me on here every Thursday night now at 7:00. So that's what I'm gonna do.
So we can talk.
Open. I like what Darian said. He said, "How about your starting number, your current numbers on the shirt?" So
now I like that too. Hey, now what he hit it on the head because my starting numbers is terrible. I'm telling you, my blood pressure was high, my A1C was high. I mean, I was in bad. I'm gonna tell you this. I know we can talk a lot, but my wife was showing me some pictures of me 7 years ago. I'm gonna tell you straight up, Twan. I was like I said in the country, I was shamefaced. I mean, to me, when you that weight, you don't know how bad you look because that's you. I look back at the pictures and said, man, I was oh my God. It made me say, I don't never want to go back there no more. I didn't look healthy. I didn't look healthy. I look unhealthy. I look skin bad. I look unhealthy. And so that before and after, oh my God, like a whole nother person. So I put 2 pictures, she put 2 pictures next to each other. Said, come baby, come look at this. I said, wow. But that's the inspiration to keep you forever going back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna update my before and after picture too, so I can put it on my refrigerator. So every time I go to that refrigerator, I see my before and after.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Twan. You have done a magnificent job. You stuck
Thank
to it.
you.
Your tenacity and your poise in sticking with it. And that's what Claxton, my best friend, always said. He said, yeah, Jarvis, you stick to it, Jarvis. So I always he's very encouraging to you. And he always admired that you stick to it because God loves persistence. The one who's persistent is the one that God is with. God don't like wishy-washy people. God don't like people who start something and don't finish, hit and miss. Persistency. If you ain't doing but 10 minutes a day, 3 days a week, you're doing it 3 days a week. It cumulatively, it adds up. So whatever you do, be consistent at what you are doing. And you wrote the book on that. If you look up consistency in the dictionary, put your picture by it. And I'm encouraging you. And what we're doing, we're on a movement. We're saving lives. You know how many lives we may have saved tonight? Because they may not hear from a doctor. They may not hear from a family member. They may not hear from a spouse. But they hear from us. They say, they ain't got nothing to lose. They don't know me. They don't know you. And we inspire them to change their life. Because what we want to do, we want to just be impressive. We want to be impactful. We want to change the data. We want to change people's life.
That's so true, Jarvis. That's so true. Kevin just said he's motivated to go hit the basketball court for an hour now. See, let me go shoot around.
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? That's a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's
go.
And the next time,
that's what Darian says.
And next time,
y'all, she said keep motivated, moving forward. Yeah. So
let me say this to her. Let me say this to you. The next time, what we can talk about is how does a person like me, who's a socialite, how do you deal with eating right when you're traveling? How you deal with that when you're on the road as a person who in sales and marketing, and you out aloud? It's a whole method to that. My wife was surprised when I was on a cruise one time and I ate right. I can't give it up because I'm having fun, because I know me. If I say we're on a cruise, go ahead, just have it. I can't do it because when I get off the cruise, I'm going to go back bad habits. Right. So how do you do it? How did you stay away from the Lido deck? How did you stay away? Sometime when I was on the road doing my job, I just buy something and don't eat nothing but the meat. Put some ketchup on, just eat the meat, throw away the bread. You just have to, you learn how to survive and make it happen. I never changed my lifestyle. Everywhere I go, at the social events I go to, they got food. That was another reason why I gained all that weight. I was at every event, when it comes to African American, they got food.
Yeah.
But they got bad food. They ain't got no good food.
Yeah.
So in my circles, they learn how to they respect me so much, they start having the stuff that I need. I mean, certain circles in time, they say, well, we got this for Brother Jarvis because he don't eat no swine. We got this for Jarvis because he eating no bread right now. This Jarvis, this part for you. That's the kind of respect when you start making the changes in your life. And I'm so honored for that. This town has been very great to me in respecting who I am in my journey and things that I've been able to do. So I just tell you, I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that they're respecting that, Y'all hear that, y'all? So y'all invite me to y'all house, Alicia and Mona. Y'all better have my kind of food.
All right,
Mona and Alicia, they doing good. They both doing good as far as what they're eating and everything. So Alicia said, that's great, Jarvis. It has to become a way of life. Kim said, yes, sir. Change your mindset. Jeremy says, here comes Kim. Nothing life. Great to see you tonight. Say LOL. So, Kim J, Mel B, and she is Tamika. Those are my Florida sisters. We got together a few months back and we went to table 22.
Yeah.
Meeting for the first time. I had already met Tamika because me and her did the breast cancer walk together.
Okay.
And we met up and we discussed doing a meeting. We want people to come during the summer, but I have not gotten with this. So, ladies, Jarvis is going to come to our meet and greet to a panel. So we got to get together. Tamika, Mel, B, and Kim, we got to get together. We got to do a Zoom call or something. We got to start planning this event. And again, let me tell y'all something about Jarvis. Jarvis used to own ADT company. So he know a lot of people. In all kind of areas. So Jarvis is always a referral source. Anytime I want to know something or need somebody for whatever, I always call Jarvis. Jarvis, send me somebody for this. Send me somebody. I just know people in every type of organization, any type of field, whatever. So Jarvis is going to be our resource for helping us get us a nice building to put to host this event.
I can do that. That's no problem.
I'm telling you, we're gonna use Jarvis. He's gonna be our resource. Yeah. Jarvis is so resourceful. He reminds me so much of my mom, y'all. Matter of fact, my mom and Jarvis were really good.
Yes, that's right. Close with like this.
They know everybody. They don't care what color you are, ethnic background. They know people in every category. You hear me? Yeah, it's just so funny because my mom was like that. She knew people every state. Well, mama went, she knew people, and Jarvis the same way.
That's right.
The same way.
That's my girl.
Yeah, we got to hook up with you, Jarvis. I got to pick your brain. Once we get together, me and the ladies, and we put in what we want to do, when we want to do it. We got a couple of y'all. We got to put this thing together. People want to come. There's like 2 people. One lady, I think she's in Texas. Another lady, they both told me they want to come to Florida during the summer anyway. So we got to put this thing together. Kim said, yes, mine.
We'll make it happen.
A little easier. They'll say, hey. They'll say, let's do it. Yeah, we got to do it. Kim say, I'm ready when you are, Twan. Hit us up when you're ready. Yes. Sources. Okay, yeah, we got to. Okay, so we've been on here for an hour and a half. I don't want to keep Jarvis much longer, and we're going to go ahead and end this live, you guys.
All right.
So thank you so much, Jarvis. Just let me know whenever, 7 p.m. on Thursday. I mean, even if you just want to drop in for 10 minutes, 15 minutes to drop a nugget.
It's all good. Thank you. And I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And we give my best friend much love to him. We've known each other since kindergarten, not first grade, kindergarten.
Oh,
he was my first. He was my first friend, and so I just want to say he's like a family to me. We grown up together. I know everybody in his family. You know all my family. So thank God. And I'm looking forward to it, Twan, and keep it up and keep those videos coming. Keep the reels coming, and keep on sponsoring those things and keep on. You're gonna be the superest social influencer in America. Just keep it going. All right. I love you, sister.
I'm claiming it. Okay, so everyone is saying good night. Have a blessed night. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys with the agape love of Jesus Christ. Y'all know I love y'all. I love y'all. I don't know what I would do without y'all. Kim says, great video. Thank you for your insight. I was strength training and trying to listen in. Mel says, good night. Yes, good night, you guys. I will chat with you guys next week, Thursday. I might go live, you guys, Saturday morning and exercise on my Peloton because I haven't done it in a long time. Because like I said, this morning was my first time working out in a whole week because I went out of town. So I feel like my body is missing out. So I'm going to rest tomorrow morning. I'm not going to get up. And then I will probably go live Saturday morning and work out on my Peloton. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, you guys, one more update before I go. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell y'all this. I meant to tell y'all this. On my Wegovy journey, I was weighing in and giving myself my injection on Wednesday morning. But when I started Zepbound, I started giving myself my injection on Wednesday night because you all wanted me to go live to do it. So I did. And so I was like, well, I'm not going to weigh myself on Wednesday night. So I started weighing myself on Thursday morning. But after long thoughts about everything that I'm doing, and now that I'm going live on Thursday, so I won't be getting my Thursdays mixed up. you know, with my Thursday videos like I'm doing now mixed up with me wanting to share with y'all in a vlog what I've done for the whole week and what my weigh-in is. Next week, I am going to go back to weighing myself on Wednesday mornings and giving myself my injection on Wednesday morning. I just want to make sure I let you guys know that. I did weigh in this morning, so that video will be coming. It will be coming. Y'all will be getting that, so y'all can get the update on that. So just be patient with me. But I definitely want to make sure I start getting my weigh-in, my weekly weigh-in and the vlog out to you guys maybe like Wednesday night or Thursday morning. So that way when I come on live on Thursday nights, we can, you know, talk, chat, and I can expound a little bit more and ask, you know, and answer questions that you guys have for me on whatever happened for that week, you know, whatever. So that's my plan going forward. Okay. Yes, you will be. Good night, everybody. All right, you guys. Good night.